Hello everyone, this is Big Boss Calvin 83. Hope it's not raining. This is what I want to talk about. You know, what women say is it's bullshit. They're full of it. You can't believe anything they tell you because they're not going to be honest with you for several reasons. Because one, they know they're wrong for what they're doing. Number two, they don't want men to actually figure them out, because if they told the truth, then a lot of men would not put up with their bullshit. A lot of men would not tolerate them, nor they would not want to be around them. They would not get picked, in layman's terms. I mean, the lies women say of what they want in a man, and then they feel like they're entitled to that man that they say they want. I love it when women say they want a nice guy, or I met this guy and I have been told this myself. Yeah, he's a nice guy, but I'm like, but what? And this is behind my back, but I can see right through the bullshit, and I already figured it out, because they're not woman enough to tell you to your face. It has nothing to do. Don't say it's because we don't want to hurt your feelings. We don't want to hurt the guy's feelings. You don't give a fuck about our feelings. You don't. You don't care about our feelings. All you care is about your fucking image. You say you want a nice guy, then, or I met this guy, he's a nice guy, but he don't look a certain way. Shit, I hope it's not raining on me. I
had to come inside because it was raining. Like I was saying, you have women who will always say they want a nice guy. They want a guy who's a gentleman, who will treat them with respect. But then when they come across somebody like that, where they can't file their complaints, can't have any grievances, and like I said, I mean, the problem is that he's a nice guy, but I'm like always want to know, but what? You were complaining about. You was looking for a man who had morals, good character, integrity, a loving personality, very lovable, very loving and caring with other people. What I realize is that when you get what you say you claim you want, it's a problem. He's a nice guy, but I'm not attracted to him, which is bullshit. He's a nice guy, but my hole ain't dripping on the floor. I thought you were looking for love and something with longevity. He's a nice guy, but I just don't like his profession. He's a nice guy, but he don't have a lot of money, even though he works hard at maintaining himself. He just don't have the dollars like that. Or we could say he's in school, or right now he don't have much, but the thing is, they missed the point. He's working towards something. He's building himself. Some people take longer to build themselves longer than others. Some people have a harder time, whatever the circumstances. Some people ain't born with a silver spoon in their mouth. An honest living, when you get prosperity, when an honest, successful living that pays high dollars takes longer than fast money. You bitches want fast money. So basically what you're saying is you're lying. Or in the last part, before I even go into more of the video, go into more details, is that, he's just not cute, he's not good looking, or my friends don't like him. I'm like, what the fuck does that got to do with you? Or your family might not like him. But my thing is, that's an assumption because you don't know the guy very well or how you are in that situation. And the thing is, if it came down to your family ain't dating the guy. You are. Your friends is not really dating the guy, so how would they know what's going on or know what he's about? Just by looking at him? And that's the problem. They looked at him because they was in lust. Now they don't want you to go out with him because he's not the status quo. Even though they're all lying saying they're looking for love, I'm like, why are you listening to your girls, your girlfriends? They may be on some other shit. I mean, look at the men they fuck with. And you ain't taking their advice. Or they don't have a man, or they're just these bitter, feminist, man-hating bitches. And I don't know why you're hanging with her, because she's the one who's going to bring you down. You see, with men, when we have to get to a certain part of our life, when we're trying to evolve, and we're trying to, make something of ourselves, we have to cut certain people off. We have to cut certain people off that are holding us back. We can't take everybody with us. You have to get with people who are like-minded. With you women, it's like you just want to hold on to it. You know what I'm saying? Check if the vents are closed. You try to hold on. You try to hold on to something that's not worth holding on to. Beats me. Now you saying you want a guy with this blah 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 blah, all these positives, and then you find out one negative fault, or what you perceive to be a flaw, or somebody else notices, which is not a problem. Now you want to listen to them instead of listening to yourself. Like I say, your family members ain't dating them. They ain't trying to marry him. And don't give me the lame excuse, well, leave your effort to get married. I don't personally believe in marriage because it's bullshit. Because it's just another form of enslavement and oppression. But let's not get off the subject. Now, you are with the man. It's up to you. It's your choice. You have all the say so. You have all the pick. I mean, a man can't do anything that you allow him to do unless you authorize it. And a lot of times, you authorize it, then you try to take it back. It doesn't work that way. You have buyer's regret. You sleep with a guy, or you let a guy feel you some kind of way. You allowed him to do it. No resistance. Now you want to switch up. Oh, I don't want to work in nothing. I'm an easy slut. I'm some whore, or I'm an attention whore. I mean, ain't nobody have to know your business unless you can keep your mouth shut. Do you tell people everything? Do you tell everybody you know everything? Well, I was thinking. I was really thinking about this one. It's like, he's a nice guy, but what? Because you don't like a flaw, or because you looked at him with your eyeballs because you're looking for the wrong things, you're in lust. You can't, if you're looking for love, the problem is you don't know what love is. You're about lust. And it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. I mean, you're lying when you're saying you want real love. In my last video, I'm like, all these girls who are teenagers talking about love and serious relationships, when the fact of the matter is they weren't on that shit. They were only saying that because they didn't want to be shamed by their peers who are whores themselves to be called whores and sluts and bitches. You didn't want to catch hell from your family and all that stuff. But the thing is, your mom was whoring around too. Your mom was promiscuous. And even Especially if you had a father who was promiscuous himself, was able to be promiscuous. Now he's trying to get you to be a nun and be a Virgin Mary. The motherfucker didn't even do his research. Virgin Mary was very promiscuous too, in the so-called fake-ass biblical times. But people don't look up their shit. They don't look up nothing. They just want that information handed to them. They don't want to go out there and try to read, research, nothing. And the internet is the most easiest thing to do. Talk about, well, you can't trust the internet. Get the fuck out of here. You can't trust any book. We can say the same. You can't trust any book written by another person. You can't watch anything you see on TV. You should not be trusting the TV set. If you want to get technical. You can't trust your so-called lying-ass indoctrination educational system. You can't trust them people. You only gotta trust you. You should know the difference. I mean, if you go out doing research, going at the site, you should know the difference by now. Not every site you go on has false information. You have some false information, and you have a lot of truth. I mean, my thing is, if the information that they told you was false, why are the Rockefellers and why is the government backed by the global elites trying to censor the internet if all the information that's posted on the internet is false? If all the information is false on the internet, then why are they trying to censor us? If what we're saying is incorrect, y'all need to wake up. Y'all need to connect the dots. I mean, they want you to see the thing with you people. They want their answer. They don't want the truth. They want you to connect their dots, not the dots of the truth. I mean, who are you to tell me what dots I should not connect if I'm able to come up with my own conclusion and the facts back it up? Tell me what dots I cannot and cannot connect. Tell me what dots I can and cannot connect, because this doesn't go with your rules and regulations. Fuck out of here. What does this got to do with the video topic of the video? Well, everything. I mean, you got these women who are just flat out lying. They don't want a nice guy. They don't care about if the guy has morals and integrity. You know, has character, has honor, and does good deeds. Who has self-respect and respects others and cares about themselves and other people. They don't give a fuck about that. They hate that guy. Because the nice guy ain't gonna put up with no fucking drama. The nice guy is not gonna deal with their bullshit. They're not gonna play no mind games. They're gonna be straightforward. We're not gonna let you play the victim. We're gonna hold you accountable and responsible for your actions. You want to talk about you want a nice guy. I met this guy. He's nice and sweet and kind to me, but I'm not attracted to him. Fuck out of here. You don't see men doing that bullshit. I'm not saying that. Yes, there's some guys who do that stuff. I'm not gonna say. But when it comes to when a man's serious, when he's saying he's looking for love and all that stuff, he understands he can't think with his penis. He got to think with his brain and heart. And people can't connect the dots on how the brain and heart works. You know, if I'm serious about finding the one, even like me, the girl and I have a lot in common and we're compatible. Maybe she don't, woo me. I don't get a hard dick. You know, but you know what? I'm not going to turn it down because of that. You know, the sad thing about women who are not so-called attractive, they're the worst bitches on the planet now. They used to be humble. Because since they wasn't, attractive in terms of society standards, they were humble. They just did the stuff that you women who are attractive wasn't doing. Like 50 years ago. They did all the things that you wasn't doing. Not to say you had attractive women. You had attractive women. I'm not to say that all women who were attractive wasn't sweet and kind of loving. You had attractive women, who were just as nice, kind. You got to cook. We gotta cater to the men, treat the man with respect, treat the man the way they want to be treated. Honest, not scandalous bitches. I'm not saying. I mean, yes, I know this is a stereotype, but you know, but this stereotype has a lot of truth to it. You know, a lot of stereotypes are just brainwashing and indoctrination of the culture and the propaganda that's promoted through the media and through false, fake-ass, twisted statistics that have the facts and the data flipped to their advantage. You know, you have a lot of sources and a lot of false perception promoted through society of stereotypes because they're really just brainwashing and you're told to think these people act this way, behave that way. If you watch my last video, especially at the end part, that about addressing stereotypes. But like I said, when it comes to women, especially she's highly attractive in today's society, she's on her pedestal. But the worst thing is that you got women who are not like that, who are not the model type things, but they think they're entitled to have whatever the fuck they want to, without putting no work into it, without being dedicated. You know, there's no dedication, there's no commitment, there's no sincerity, and there's no honesty with their intentions. You know, you women talk about he's a nice girl, but he don't have this. Fuck off. I mean, so basically you're full of shit because you want a sugar daddy. You think a man owes you a living. You want a pretty boy. So you can have pretty ass kids. Basically, you are on bullshit. You are lying the whole damn time about wanting a nice guy. Oh, but he gotta look like this. He got a skin color gotta be a certain way. You know, it's like he has to be the bad boy. Or you get with the nice guy, you know, the guy who's, you know, who's nice and kind, but also, or the guy who's stable and has resources, has a lot of resources, has a lot of money. And then when you get in that relationship, then you go on cheat on him with a bad boy who ain't trying to do none of what he's doing. That's like you want a man will have all these multiple personalities and characteristics. You want a guy to be a certain way when it suits you. You do. You want a guy to be this way one day. You want a man to be this way one day. You want him to be romantic one way. Then you want him to be strong and masculine the other day. Then you want him to be sensitive, which means when a woman's talking about sensitivity, she don't give a fuck about your feelings. I can understand being vulnerable, but when you're vulnerable to these hoes, they think they'll take that as a weakness. Because I have been vulnerable and I have told the truth about my life experiences and why I feel the way I feel, why I am the way I am, and they don't want to hear it. Because it's just too much truth or it's offensive. Fuck out of here. Talking about you care about men and about our issues and I show you some statistics and I show you some truth and I show you some facts and sources, reason why I'm able to feel the way I feel and believe what I believe in. And it's backed up, there's no bullshit. And I'm not going off, there's no man engine. Men don't have no machismo, masculinist propaganda. I mean, shit, you want to waste all this time. I was watching a video on Generation X with this guy saying Calvinism, talking about how he saw girls when he was growing up. You know, they said he was a nice guy, but you know, they told him, you know, you're the type of guy I would love to get, you know, have a relationship with, leading to marriage, and you're the type of man I will actually want to take you home to my parents and marry you and have a family with you. He didn't decide that; it was assumed for him. The woman decided for him he's a family man. They defined him that way. He didn't choose it. He's just a nice person. How do you know that? Now I was told that. Well, you're the type of guy. You're the family man. You're laid back. You know, you have your responsibilities. You're trustworthy. You're reliable. You're always there for me. You're consistent. But I'm not ready for that. Even though I wasn't even trying to talk to old girl. I wasn't even trying to talk to try to approach her like that. Now, to be honest, there were some days I wanted what the other guys were getting. I wanted sex. I wanted to do some wild freaking stuff. When I was in my teens, in the early 20s, I wanted to do all the stuff that other guys were doing. So just because a guy is a nice guy, don't mean he don't have the same desires like these bad boys. Shit, the difference is we have self-control and discipline. We don't let our desires and our temptations get in the way of what we're trying to do in terms of handling our business. We don't let it fuck up our paper. You know what I'm saying? We don't let our desires control us. We control them. We control it. We don't let our desires get the best of us. We don't let our desires and our wants and needs cloud our judgment where we can't make the right choice. Because when you try to take the road less traveled and you try to do the right thing, you have to have personal self-discipline. You got to be highly intelligent. You got to be, and you have to, you already understand, you have to have a strong sense of accountability and efficiency and discipline. And you have to be confident in yourself and have faith in yourself not to make the bad choice. You always have to make the right choice, and you always have to think things through before you even do it. You always have to think before you do. But when it comes to women, you can't do it. I mean, I gotta look at the single parenthood. Fuck what the guy's on, or what kind of guy was he. That was your fault still. You decided to have that relationship, try to control him with sex, or you try to get his money, and you use the child as fucking ransom, try to make him out this bad person so you can get sole custody of the kid so he can give you a fucking living. Then, if you want him to take care of this kid, you just let him have the kid. But no, I gotta be a prostitute. I mean, what's the difference between prostitution and being with your ass? What's the difference between prostitution, dating, and marriage? Nothing. They're all the same. Difference is that prostitution is better because you just pay your money. She do what you want. She will do whatever you want her to do, and she'll shut the fuck up and leave most of the time. But these bitches, it's like with the average regular woman, they're on this feminist matriarchal false sense of entitlement, having selfish, spoiled ass bitches who feels that the guy owes them a living, owes them everything, but nobody owes them nothing. Nobody owes you anything except your parents who brought you into this world, who you didn't ask to be here. Oh. But nevertheless, you don't hold them to that standard. But I mean, at the same time, there comes a certain point where you have to do for yourself. You understand me? But like I'm just saying, it's like you women are just fucking liars. I mean, saying you want a nice guy and you want a man who cares about you, respects you, treats you, and is a gentleman to you. Let me ask you a question. Why do you feel that you're entitled to that? Why do you feel that you deserve to have that kind of man in the first place? When you're not even that type of bitch. You're a bitch, but you're not a lady. You're not a high moral, self-respecting, loving, caring, nurturing, sensitive woman. You're not even that. So like I said before, and like I said in the past, stay in your lane. Stay in your motherfucking lane. Men understand this. Most men do. But women feel that the world owes them shit. The government owes them stuff. The bankers owe them shit. Because you got that same mentality as these fucking elites. Because that's what they taught you that. They taught you that with the TV set, with the media, the books and the magazine, all this superficial bullshit. That's what they told you to, that you were entitled to all that stuff. When the elites at the top ain't trying to give you a goddamn thing. You saying you want a guy who's good to you, caring for you, but you don't want to put out. You don't want to give nothing in return. That's like I said before. If you want to be treated a certain way, you have to treat him the way you want to be treated yourself. I mean, that goes to any man. I mean, that goes to anybody. Now, you can't be demanding shit when you ain't putting out. What are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the table? And I'll say it again. What are you bringing to the table? 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 What are you offering? What are you giving? And if you can't answer my questions, and if you can't be honest with yourself, then you should not be demanding anything, nor that you should be afforded and feel entitled to having the best. And I'll say this. When it comes to the so-called best, that's subjective. Just like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. It's just personal compatibility. It's subjective. There's no such thing as the best person, or this guy's the best, or this guy's better than this other guy. Or that just because this person is so-called best, that doesn't mean he's the best for you. Same with a woman. Just because a woman is highly attractive, and I may see her as to be the best and perfect, but that's all an illusion. That doesn't mean she's good for me. That doesn't mean just because I perceive her to be the best, but I mean, how can you make that judgment if you don't know her? How can I make that judgment? You know, that's all fantasy. You know, that's called faking with the wrong head. I'm faking with the wrong head. I gotta be faking with this one, not the other one. You know, and that's what a lot of women do. Y'all make the same mistake. Actually, y'all do worse. You're worse at making that mistake. A lot of times. Because women have too many rights and too much privileges with those rights. And then they got an extra set of rights, and now that's specifically catered to them. You got all this, all these other benefits, because you've been told that you're a goddess when there's no such thing as a goddess. I mean, just because you feel, a lot of people feel that they're a good person, but when you ask them to look in the mirror to see if it's actually true, they can't answer you. And I have asked people, and I have asked myself. I have even looked in the mirror, say, am I really a good person? I mean, I have to be honest with myself, because how could I be asking for all these things when I don't have my shit together? And I'm not talking about resources. I'm not talking about resources. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about the chemical makeup of a human being. I'm talking about a person's, the way they think, their mentality, the way they conduct themselves, and their behavior, and their morals and ethics and integrity, and their character. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, another thing, you're right. I mean, some people are right when they say this, but they're hypocrites because, just because you're a nice person and you're a good person, you do the right thing, doesn't mean you should be rewarded for it. Now, I partially agree with where they're coming from. Just because I do the right thing and I play, I play by the rules. I try to live a more ethical life. Doesn't mean I should be afforded certain things. Certain things should not be handed to me because I do those things. Because the truth of the matter is, it don't matter if you're good or bad. I mean, if you want to be wealthy, if you want to have all this materialisms, and you want to live a happy life, with all the riches and all the wealth. There's a lot of wealthy people who have money, but they're evil. They have, mansions, luxury cars, and jets, boats. They eat filet mignon. They eat caviar for a snack. I know that's an hors d'oeuvre. They own properties, I mean, in the best areas of the world. I mean, they have the finest of everything. But that doesn't make them a good person. No, it just means they're just a cutthroat, slick ass, one up, lying, deceitful, evil ass son of a bitch. No, because to be wealthy in this society, in this world full of evil, you gotta be evil just like them. You gotta be desirable. You gotta look the part, and you gotta be fake, and evil and wicked and cutthroat, and you gotta hurt other people to get that wealth and prosperity. And what kills me is that these same people are still fucking miserable. I mean, damn. I mean, if I'm trying to, upgrade my lifestyle, I should not have the same problems as I did when I didn't have that. When I didn't have nothing. I mean, because the truth of the matter is that you gotta fulfill your soul. And this has nothing to do with religion. I'm just saying, you have to fulfill you. You gotta attack the root of the problem that you have within yourself. But like I said, the whole point of this video, I mean, you women talking all this, you want a nice guy and all this shit. He's a nice guy, but I turn him down. Y'all just full of shit. Y'all feel you're entitled to every goddamn thing, and you don't have to do nothing. You just feel because you feel you're a good person, that the world owes you. Men owe you this. Men owe you that. Men don't owe you shit. Just like me as a good guy. Just because I do the right thing and I choose to live the moral, ethical life, it don't mean I should be afforded certain things. You know, it just that doesn't mean I should feel entitled to that. I come to the realization that this doesn't mean nothing, because you women, you dropped the ball. You lowered the bar. And I put the blame on you again. Because, I was just listening to your complaints, and I just thought me being a considerate person and who cares about people, who cares about making people happy, making other people happy, is that they had a complaint, I investigate, I look into it, and problem solved. But I come to the realization is that you women don't want the problem solved. People don't want the problem solved at all, just because they just want their own bullshit ass solutions and co-sign their own bullshit, and they just want you to agree with it when it's wrong. When I got obvious facts and proof of evidence that it's fucking wrong. And I come to the realization is that, you're right. From now on, I'm not going to be a bad person. I'm not saying that. I'm not telling anybody to be a bad person. I'm just saying, fuck these bitches. Do you. Just be who you are, man. Just because, what women put us through, it's not worth dealing with them. It's not worth it. Just take care of yourself. I'm out. Peace.
Oh, I painted my toenails and my regular nails, but you can't really see it. They're really light colored and there's flowers on them. And I would show you my toes, except I don't know if you guys would want to see them. Maybe I will show you anyway. I don't know how to show you guys my toes. Toes? Flowers on my toes. Okay, that looks really strange, but those are my feet.